Fabulous. On Zoom?
Yeah.
Evening, ladies.
Evening.
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 Betty not here yet.
Nah, she's gone back to her ex-boyfriend. I tried to tell her.
Oh, silly girl. That kind of behaviour just won't do. One of my girls going AWOL. We've all got to stick together, us girls. Now, before we start, I would just like to welcome a new member to Exes Anonymous, Wendy. Welcome, Wendy.
Welcome, Wendy.
Welcome, Wendy.
And remember, this is a non-judgmental, safe environment. We are all here to support each other. Now, who's going to go first? Now, don't be shy.
Oh, well. Well, my ex-boyfriend, he was called John.
Did he have a nice bum?
I never really noticed.
That's a pity. Carry on.
Well, he was so lazy, he used to leave his dirty plates around the flat and his dirty clothes on the floor.
Oh, how nice.
He used to off the TV control and I wasn't allowed to watch the programmes what I wanted to watch.
What? No EastEnders?
Nah, only football. And he used to cut me off when I was telling a story, finishing the story for me.
I wouldn't have stood for that.
And there were times when he was only pretending to listen what I was saying. When I was
What were you saying,
about
Brenda?
I was saying he never listened. Anyway, I would say, I'm going shopping. Then when I got home, he'd ask me where I'd been.
And where had you been? Oh, yeah, to the shops.
Well, and if I sent him to the shops, he'd come back with everything but what I asked him for.
I bet he didn't forget his beer.
No, he never, ever forgot his beer. Do you know, he never even knew how to do the washing up.
What? He didn't know how to use fairy liquid?
No. Oh, he had some dirty habits.
My ex used to put salt in his belly button and dip his chips in it.
If we had friends over, he was talking, he'd let rip really loudly and then he'd smile as if nothing had happened.
My ex used to fart so loud it used to make our cat jump.
I used to ask him to take the rubbish out, right? But he wouldn't answer me. So I'd say, I'm up the door. That soon got his attention.
I bet it did. You wasn't pregnant, was you?
No, God forbid. I think he was firing blanks. His willy was only that big. Little Willy.
Now, girls.
Also, he had this really horrible habit of scratching his private parts as he was walking down the street.
My ex used to scratch his bum.
What? Oh.
And he'd cut his toenails at the kitchen table.
I would have put his toenail clippings in his dinner.
And after he had a shave, he'd leave all the hair round the sink.
Dirty beast.
And he was always peeing on my toilet seat. And talking with his mouth full.
Oh, that was very rude.
Also, he had this horrible habit of sneezing all over me. Oh.
Disgusting.
And he'd pick his nose and he'd flick the bogies at me.
Yeah. My ex used to eat his.
Oh.
Oh.
I seem to have lost my appetite somehow. Now, who's next? Now, don't be shy. Just take a deep breath and remember you're amongst friends here. And whatever you tell us won't go any further than this meeting. I'll
go.
Well done, Wendy. Give her the clap.
Well, I tried my best with him.
Sure you did. But did he have a nice bum?
Oh, I don't remember.
It's not something you forget if he had a nice bum or not. I've met some lovely bums in the past.
Well, whatever I did, it was never enough. I used to bring him his slippers.
What?
Everything had to be lovely and tidy in the house.
You was like Cinderella.
I used to have all his meals laid out for him.
I would have laced his food with poison.
Oh, but I don't know what I was doing wrong.
But you don't know what you was doing wrong.
My girlfriend said, you need to spice up the relationship. So I cooked him his favourite meal. In the mood. But he went out and had a curry, and all I got was a cold. But I don't know what I was doing wrong.
But you don't know what you was doing wrong.
I used to iron his shirts and polish his shoes so he looked nice when he went out. But he never took me out. He used to come home smelling of perfume. And when I told him I could smell perfume, he said I was imagining it.
Did you have a problem with your sinuses?
No. Ugh. Anyway, he went to live with her next door. She's got him properly trained. I see him hanging her knickers out on the washing line. She's a size 24.
And you're as thin as Popeye's olive.
Oh, she used to come round and play cards, but I caught them gazing into each other's eyes.
Love at first sight, eh?
Yes. I mean, no. Oh, I don't know what I was doing wrong.
But you don't know what you was doing wrong.
I tried everything, but he was never happy. I could have satisfied him if he'd wanted me to.
I'm sure you can, my dear. Not.
I can be right sexy when I want to be.
Yes, of course you can. Not.
He used to let me massage his ears.
Only his ears?
A smile would come across his face, and he'd make these whimpering sounds. Oh, 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 oh,
You sound like a bloody cat on heat.
oh, I don't know what I was doing wrong.
You don't
But
know,
you don't know what
you was doing wrong.
Doormat springs to mind.
What?
He was using you like a doormat.
Who was?
Oh, never mind. Now, who's going to be next? A problem shared is a problem halved. Now, who's it going to be?
I will.
Well done, Susie. She who dares wins.
Well, my ex-boyfriend was called Tristan.
Did he have a nice bum? Was it tight?
Oh yes, very tight.
Ooh, tell us more. I'm starting to drool.
Well, I took him in as a lodger, you see, and I put him in the spare room, hoping something might, develop.
Yes, go on.
Well, he was just so beautiful to look at.
Beautiful, or do you mean sexy?
Well, both beautiful and sexy.
Very sexy.
Very, very sexy.
Very, very sexy.
Very, very, very sexy. I didn't even charge him any rent, you see, because I thought he fancied me.
Oh, how could he not have fancied you?
I used to get all dressed up in my sexy gear, but he'd just stand there, filing his nails.
Oh, what a waste. Not.
Oh, he had lovely nails. They were better than mine. Mine are all broke.
That reminds me, I've got to get mine done.
You know, he'd spend hours in the bathroom, washing his hair and shaving his legs.
Shaving his legs?
Yes, he even put rollers in his hair at one point.
My hair looks like I've been through a hedge backwards.
Pink rollers!
Pink rollers?
He'd walk round the house with these pink rollers in his hair and his purple silk dressing gown.
Purple silk dressing gown? I've only got a cheap one from Primark.
Come to think of it, though, he was a bit of a prima donna. He used to have a male masseur once a week.
Oh, I could do with one of those. My shoulders are so stiff.
I used to set up the table for him in the front room. I don't know what the neighbours thought when they walked past the window, because he didn't have any curtains up, you see.
What? No curtains?
I wondered why they gave me some funny looks.
It's a wonder they didn't call the police.
Oh, but the smells that came through the keyhole from the scented oils, oh, they were overwhelming.
Overwhelming.
That wasn't till he blocked the hole up. The cold in my right eye, at least that got better then, though. Yeah.
That will teach you spying on people. Did you see anything?
Nah.
That's a pity.
Looking back on it now, his friends were always talking about their favourite movie star, someone called Judy Garland.
Not Doc Cotton.
You know, we never had any sexual contact. When I asked him about it, he told me he was saving me for a special occasion. I felt like one of them fancy bottles of port you only bring out at Christmas.
Or a cracker he only pulls at Christmas.
He was always watching ballet videos, but he was only interested in the male ballet dancers. He'd sit there on the sofa and he'd nudge me and he'd go, "Oh, look at that Rudolph Nureyev doing his pirouettes."
Pirouette! I can't even do a Paz.
We had lots of male friends, but he wasn't gay. I mean, I would have known if he was gay. Nah, he wasn't gay.
No, he wasn't gay. Not. Now, who's next? Now, who's next? Oh, it must be Penny. You're the only one left. I'm Penny. Do you want to spend a penny? Penny.
No, I'm just nervous. Well, I met my ex-boyfriend in the library, in between the section on World War One and World War Two.
Oh, how romantic.
But
But
did
Did he have a nice bum? Now, girl, settle down. Well, did he
What?
have a nice bum?
I'm not sure.
Oh,
He offered to walk me home and carry my books.
ooh, tell us more.
Well, he walked me to the door, but I couldn't let him in. Mother doesn't approve of boys.
Very wise, your mother.
My mother said they'll promise you the
whole world if you let them. You know what?
Shag you mean?
Yes. And he was always sending me poems. Roses are red, violets are blue, sugar is sweet.
I want to screw you.
Well, yes. And he used to come round and ask Mother if he could take our dog for a walk, just so he could get close to me.
Sure he didn't fancy the dog?
One day, he came round and he called my name through the letterbox, but Mother pushed her feather duster through the letterbox and she poked him in the eye. After that, I think Mother felt sorry for him because she started to let him in to see me.
Ooh, tell us more.
Well, he used to blow me kisses from across the room when Mother wasn't looking.
Oh, how daring of him.
And once, when we were sat on the settee together, he started blowing in my ear.
Pity it wasn't his tongue.
Oh, he was always trying to get close to me, but I used to push him off because of his bad breath. Oh, it smelt of garlic. Ugh.
Maybe he was a vampire. Ooh.
And he was always putting his hands where he shouldn't. He was like a bloody octopus. I had to fight him off.
I'm coming to get you.
When Mother went out, he said, "Shall we have a bath together?" But I'm not dirty, I said.
No, you're as pure as driven snow.
He was a baker's assistant, and one day he brought me some biscuits that he baked in the shape of a penis. I just dumped them in my tea, but then the end fell off.
That's happened to me a few times.
Happened to me too.
He said, "Can we go sunbathing on a nudist beach?" What in this country, I said. I'd catch pneumonia.
I bet you would look like a piece of bleached driftwood naked.
One thing he did say, which I liked, he used to say I had beautiful knees.
I bet he wasn't only looking at your knees.
He used to take me to the cinema to watch those saucy films.
Ooh la la. Films like Develop.
I couldn't believe my eyes, the things they got up to.
Like what?
Well, all that Humpty Dumpty.
Humpty Dumpty.
Yes. And when we got back home, Mum had gone to bed, so we peeled a banana.
A banana?
Yes, a banana. And he put the banana in his mouth, and he expected me to start nibbling from the other end until we met in the middle. The banana would always break.
Sure he wasn't just hungry?
I don't know. But one thing I did let him do when Mother was out.
Wow, what was that?
I'd let him suck my toes.
Your toes?
Oh, I like that. And he seemed to like it too.
Well, you don't say.
I could always tell. He'd go boss off. I mean, my toes are a bit hairy, but he didn't seem to mind.
Hairy?
Hey?
Hairy? Ugh!
Ah.
Don't you shave them like I do?
No, Well, one night he stayed over and he slept on the settee, but in the middle of the night he crept up the stairs to find my bedroom. But he went into Mother's bedroom and he tapped her on the shoulder.
Oh no!
When Mother turned around, he got the fright of his life. She had her hair curlers in and a face pack on.
That will teach him.
After that, he was barred from coming round, and I never heard from him again. Oh, I miss him so much.
Oh, come on! There's plenty more fish in the sea. Oh my goodness! Is that the time? I've got to get my boyfriend's tea ready. If I don't have it on the table by the time he gets home from work, he'll be very angry. And besides, if I play my cards right tonight, I might be in for a bit of a rumble in the jungle tonight.